Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am your caster, Bahamut. Thank you all so much for joining. The Avocado Ash Mantle, how you doing, buds? Thank you for coming by. We have an insta-ban on Samuro, but we are getting into our one and only Division A matchup of the evening. We have gillyShark on the left and ReGen Ghost on the right. We are in the thick of all this, and I'm sure you're sitting there and just like, wait, why are we on Alterac Pass? Let's find out why. The home team this evening is not going to be these names because I forgot to do something before starting stream. So let's go ahead and properly update these team names so that they reflect. Whoops. I'm good at production, I swear. All right, so we do have our teams correct this time, but the home team is going to be gillyShark. They lost the coin flip, as always, and that is going to be ReGen Ghost with a priority onto map ban or first pick priority, and they map priority or first pick priority. They went for first pick. They banned out Curse Hollow and Sky Temple. Battlefield and Braxis Holdout were banned out by the members of gillyShark, and Alterac Pass will be our first map chosen by gillyShark that gives over the first pick, first ban to the members of ReGen Ghost. My alt tab? There we go. Oh, I was alt-tabbing into the same thing. Never mind. Alrighty. Mega Muffin, thanks for coming by. How you doing? We do have, let's see, let's go through our bans right now. So it looks like the members of ReGen Ghost have done some research here. Same thing on the side of gillyShark. Both teams have kind of looked into each other a little bit, and that's going to be the Nubrak and Ana band out on the left. We have a Samuro and Abathur on the right, so definitely making sure they're getting rid of some of those players. A brewer too, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that, my friend. I hope you're having a wonderful night. Thank you for checking out the Heroes content. We do, so it's going to be a first pick Greymane for ReGen Ghost. They actually do prioritize that Greymane a lot. Also, gillyShark has been on this kind of run of running Juice Pirates quite a bit, so taking away the Greymane early is going to be strong for them in that right. It also is just going to be, it's a great lock. It's great for grabbing camps, great for pressuring out lanes, for solo lane clear, for backline targeting. Just a great first pick, and we've seen a little bit more priority from Greymane because of the changes that came in. Sylvanas, Diablo on the opposing side are a really good 1-2. Sylvanas can buff out that lane or use possession if she wants to at level 4, or she goes into Merc Queen for that buff, as I noted. Trying to, oh my god, do I have the sides right here? Are they gonna try and Juice Pirate the Juice Pirates? Wait. Is ReGen Ghost trying to Juice Pirates them right now? I'm sorry, but yeah, Tyrande Tyrael. I mean, like, typically there's a Lieutenant Morales, but, like, you don't have to do it with Lieutenant Morales. Tyrael is also strong overall, and Greymane is just a great pick with that. They dive well together. But jumping over back to the other side, that Sylvanas Diablo. Sylvanas will be able to push out the lane constantly and buff out that camp, and then grabbing that camp will be so much faster. I cannot believe this. They have done some digging right now. They know that Ramadi is a Vikings player. Oh my god, Hedgie, thank you so more. Thank you so much. I started reading your alert, but thank you so much for the 22 months.
Until to year Bahamu 1 LFG Bahamu 1 FG.
Thank you so much for the 22 months of support, Hedgie. Thank you for using your Twitch Prime here. I really do appreciate that. Almost 2 years of support. 2 years. Thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate it. Alrighty, this is going to be Zeratul and Stukov on the left-hand side. Stukov pairs well into the Diablo. Zeratul dives well. There's a combo with the Diablo Zeratul if you want to go Void Prison into the Apocalypse. The right-hand side, we missed a lot of this draft, and I do apologize, but that's going to be a Li Ming pairing with the Greymane, so it's going to be resets for them, and then Blaze Strong in the solo lane. A very hardy and a really just a straightforward team right there, but this is going to be a Malthael lock coming out from the members of gillyShark. I gotta say, that art from the Mecha Malthael skin is just so clean, especially in the draft screen. I love that. 22 months, right, Rag? 22 months. That boy. I like this draft overall, though. Really, really strong from both teams. The reset potential and the team fight coming out from ReGen Ghost is really strong. They've got a great front line. They've got good engage and disengage tools. For the side of gillyShark, they do have the same kind of tools right there, but I think their draft is a little, or not so much their draft, but their composition plays more into, if they're going in for a fight, they really need to kind of go in for that fight, because Tyrael has an in and an out. So does Blaze. Diablo kinda, sorta, in the sense if they have a target where they can get a shadow charge onto someone to push towards the friendly lane, or they can get onto a minion or something like that. So it's just one of those things that it's a hard spot to be in. I feel like gillyShark composition definitely fights and it goes all in. I mean, there's a little bit more play and control that comes out from ReGen Ghost. We'll see who is going to be getting that value right now, as we've already loaded into game and we are ready to go. Game number 1. Thank you so much for everyone who's hanging out and cheering on. Rag, how you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by. Okay. Good. I thought I hit the wrong button. I thought I muted myself, but on the left-hand side, we got the members of gillyShark. We are going to be having Veggies on the Diablo, Ramadi will be on the Malthael, Kaimo Tripson going to be on the Stukov. That's going to be Stark glitching out on the Zeratul, and Kage is going to be on the Sylvanas. On the right-hand side, we've got the members of ReGen Ghost. We are going to be having Zulkin on the Greymane, Shui is going to be on the Blaze. We'll have Cuban Missile on that Li Ming. Kriv is going to be on the Tyrande, and Templar is going to be on the Tyrael. Oh, it doesn't hit. I think I actually pronounced that wrong. I think it's actually Shriv is the way you're supposed to say that name. Either way, let's get into our game here and just kind of dive into this. We have On Uphill Horse for the Malthael, and we have the Neural Stim Pack, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Neural Stim Pack for the Blaze. Sorry, just one second. I want to turn up my audio on my end a little bit. I Skyped my family earlier, and they're a lot louder through my speakers than here is the storm. And let's also go ahead and get our vision set up for these teams so we can get an idea of what that looks like here. We do have Cuban Missile in this bottom lane going into the Zeratul. It's going to be Malthael, Blaze in the top lane. This is pretty much what we would be expecting from the draft that we did see. Malthael really strong into that Blaze. The Zeratul is going to be maybe doing some back and forth rotations, it seems. I'm not sure. Their 1 minute mark is about to hit, and they want to grab this immediately. I always highlight this in a lot of my games, and this is just a good example of it right here. You want to grab this camp as quickly as possible. There's a really big priority with this because of the fact that it's a minute 30 on the cooldown. If you get it done before the minute 30 in the game, you'll have it respawn before the objective is up and available. You'll still have it during that counter after that 2 minute 30 second mark. You're actually going to see the Sentinel coming through from the other side. That they end up so they have the scouting on this. They know that they're on this camp. We actually have the vision right there for a couple seconds from the Greymane. But so you can see right now, so this will be back up just before the objective, and so that allows them to then grab it once again. They'll be able to push it into the lane, and then hopefully pull the enemy team into that lane during the objective. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, there's a collapse on a Cuban Missile, and that's going to be first blood going over to the members of gillyShark. Really, really well-coordinated pick onto that Li Ming right there. Kriv coming down here, going to go ahead and send out another Sentinel, and just going to hold the bottom lane for now. Diablo rotating into the mid lane to help out this wave clear, as well as push up the null camp here. They want to clear out the opposing side. Fours are here as well. We actually have Mercenary Queen, so now you're going to be seeing the nulls getting a little bit bigger there, and they have a little glow around them. That's going to be the 60% buff coming out from that Mercenary Queen, but Templar are going to be thrown around by Veggies. Nice use of the Alduran's Might. Veggies started moving to the left over here, and they were like, okay, I'm about to get onto this. Oh, wait, no. The Alduran's right before. Just really good highlight on that one. Kriv going to be in this bottom lane still, just making sure that they're going to be soaking up that experience, not checking out, but speaking of checking out, we're going to have Stark hearthing back, getting ready for the first objective, which will be on the top portion of our map. The announcement will be coming through in the next couple seconds here. We have Veggies making sure they're also continuing to soak down here. And hello, everybody in chat. Recyclic, Munkus, Beautiful, Mega, how are you all doing? Thank you for coming by. Thank you for cheering on these teams. Glad to have you all here. I'm so outnumbered here. I'm the only one rooting for gillyShark. I don't know. You never know, Mega Muffin. There could be some lurkers. There's some lurkers out there. And also, yeah, that's a good point, Beautiful. There's nothing wrong with cheering for a team. Like, don't feel like you need to cheer for a team just because there's more supporters for them. Everybody should get cheered. 6 to 5 in levels. We do have 1 to 0 in kills. First objective will be popping up, and this is exactly what I was talking about just a moment ago. Grabbing this camp and throwing it back into the lane. It's a lot like how you time out those shamans on Infernal Shrines or Battlefield of Eternity right before the objective to pull the attention away from the objective, hopefully splitting the enemy team apart. Let's actually jump to the vision for Zulkin here and get an idea of how they're going to be dealing with this mid lane pressure coming in with the buffed out camp coming in. Look at Veggies flanking coming in. They can also see Stark. That's going to be the target onto Cuban Missile right there. That's the Lunar Flare going on out but not connecting. Sui is going to be rounding the corner, gets a nice jet propulsion forward, gets a double stun. No follow-up just yet, as I think they're just going to go for a little bit of clear here. This is actually still the camp winning out overall on the side of gillyShark. They do have that buff, so it probably survived a little bit longer because of that. But now they're going to be rotating in top. They're looking for... Oh, the jet propulsion doesn't go through. They get the shadow charge into the corner of the wall. That's going to be the lurking arm as well. And that will be Stark coming up here to get the finalized pick. And that is 7 to 6 and levels 2 to 0 in kills, as they have moved up in the experience for that next talent tier. We also do have Reaper's Mark? Touch of Death, excuse me. The Reaper's Mark is actually what's applied, but that Touch of Death is going to be a great way to mitigate the healing coming out from Kriv. And let's see if they're going to be able to mark the person. A lot of the time we'll see Malthael not played into, but Malthael can be picked up, and that talent will be picked up when you have a Rhaegar, for example, who's going to have that Ancestral Healing, because that will mitigate an entire Ancestral Healing. Like, Well, not entirely, but it will really just 50% of it still. 7 to 7 in our levels. The channel going through actually going to be paused for a second there. They don't. Ooh, we almost had that jet propulsion, but that is going to be first objective over to the members of gillyShark as Stark is going to be walking forward. They're a little globe greed. Actually, no questing talents at level 1 for any of these teams, as we also do have the Lunar Flare for Kriv at level 4, and 74 stacks on that Diablo when it comes to souls. And now the Stormpike come through the mid lane. Is this Stormpike for the Alliance, I think? I'm trying to remember it either way. They're going to siege in through this mid lane, and that's also going to be the Lurking Arm to zone them back a little bit. They did go for that Growing Infestation, where that's going to be having an increased area, but it is on a timer, and that is going to be at least a great way to force them back, and they're also not going to be sitting there just channeling that forever. But Zul'Kan is going to be thrown around a little bit. Templart will be the next target. Nice Lurking Arm for when they were coming through, just to make sure that they don't get any sort of extra abilities through that. And now this mid lane still pushing through. Shui is showing in bottom lane. They do know that they're down a member, and you can see this on the map right now, especially on the mini-map. You can see Blaze is down there. They're going to go ahead and grab the mid lane fort, and they rotate into the top lane that's now crashing to the front gate. A little surprised that a gillyShark has been this effective early on. I figured they had post 10 comp. I mean, their early game aggression's really strong. They got some dive potential, but that's the one thing that I was kind of noting is like when they dive, like they kind of have to all in and exactly do what they've been consistently doing through this game. I definitely think their composition dives well, but it doesn't disengage very well, and so that's going to be a great tool for them when they're just like, all right, well, if we're diving, we're diving, and if we go for kills, we gotta just go for them. And so far, that's yielded them 3 kills, and the aggression levels coming out from gillyShark has also gained them a level over the enemy team. We're actually going to cycle through some other numbers, get an idea what those look like, and we'll see our 10 talents pop up in the top bar in just a second. Blaze going to be still in this bottom lane, making sure that they're going to be soaking up that experience, finding 10s themselves. Do we have anything out of the ordinary? Pretty much the standard Flailing Swipe, Void Prison, Wailing Arrow, Last Rites for the Mouth Heal. I would assume this is Apocalypse, but you never know. We could get a Lightning Breath. I've seen VP with Lightning Breath. I just personally think that there's a better combo within the Apocalypse VP right there. So we'll see what will happen with that one, but this is going to be the Bruiser Camp. Excuse me, the Null Camp going to be picked up by the members of ReGen Ghost. Sentinel going right between all the players. Whew. Stormpike and Frostwolves. Yes, thank you so much, Munkus. gillyShark is gonna go too big and get crushed for it. That's what that was what I was thinking in the draft. I was saying that if they dive and they don't have any way of backing out of a fight, then yeah, that could be turned around onto them. So far, that hasn't been the case, but you never know. I mean, teams can hit a power spike at 13. They could hit their stride. They could just get one fight. They could catch one person out of rotation. For example, if they were able just to collapse on Ramadi right now before they got out of this mid lane, then yeah, they could have got some value right there. But they're just going to go ahead and double boss on the enemy team. They cleared out mid as well because there was a camp pushing into them. Let's actually jump to the vision for gillyShark, or excuse me, for the members of ReGen Ghost. They send the Sentinel through, going to connect onto Diablo, so they do have an idea that they're down here, but look at the health bar on the boss. There's no way they can make this rotation in time. They're just going to have to get near the objective and also get next to this bottom lane so that they're going to mitigate as much siege coming into this as possible. No odd talents on the opposing side either. Excuse me, on the side of ReGen Ghost. That's going to be the Curse Bullet, the Sanctification. Oh, hold on. They're going to be having a huge dive coming in. That's going to be Lightning Breath used by the Diablo. Holy Ground, or excuse me, Sanctification was used right there. And this is Veggies. This is what I'm talking about. There's, the VP to potentially save. Can they save the Diablo here? That's actually, they're doing it for now, but Blaze with the Shadow or the Jet Propulsion forward, they're going to get that kill, but they trade out onto the Greymane. The Lacerates go through, but I think Bunker came down just in time, and that just forced them away. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, Stark was still sieging in with this boss, and they've picked up a fort in bottom, so all 3 forts down on the side of ReGen Ghost. They'll be able to just cycle through, grab the well right there, and now we have Veggies on this camp. No souls on this Diablo. Well, 10 souls right now, so they're going to be a lot weaker. But with this, I mean, let's jump over the vision for gillyShark. They can see the majority of the team clearing out that bottom lane boss. I was wondering why they weren't prioritizing the objective, but it looks like they just want to have some lane pressure start out, and then they're going to be going over and doing exactly that, grabbing the objective afterwards. We do see this same kind of thing happening in this top lane. They don't have that idea. So you can see, look at their posturing right now. They don't want to dive in, they don't want to get collapsed on, and they don't want to overextend, especially right before getting 13. That would just be a terrible loss for them. Stark standing still, so that means that the shimmer doesn't show for the enemy team. Now it will actually show right there. But 13 Talonteers here, they can try and push up with this if they wanted to. Doesn't seem like it. I think I was about to say they're kind of feigning back and forth, but it seems like they want to go for the objective at this time with their talent tier advantage. Okay, cool. Lurking Arm going out just to zone them back. Templar with 1 interrupt. That will be the the oil on the ground, and then it's going to also be ignited right there. Shadow Charge onto Templar. That doesn't really yield. Actually, no, they have the Devastating Charge at level 13, but that's going to be the Sanctification coming out. VP onto 2 in the backline. Lightning Breath is going to be canceled a little bit early, but Stark is going to go ahead and pick up a kill. Actually, they're going to be able to get the Greymane and the Tyrael right there. The Explosion doesn't get the kill into Veggies, just puts them right around 400 health, and Stark is able to get out. No Lunar Flare connection right there. The bunker's still going to be out. Throw a little bit of oil slick out to get some vision, and they kind of have to reset at this point. Let's actually get vision for them and just kind of see what they're seeing how they're playing around this, and jump back over to the gillyShark as well, because I think they just went back to tap well, and oh, we might have stayed a little too far out here, as that's going to be the overpower right into that. Does Ramadi have a last rites? They do have a last rites, but they're not in range, unfortunately. That would have, I think that would have actually gotten the kill. What's the, yeah. That would have gotten them the kill. 50% of their missing health. Okay. Alrighty. They've got everyone back. They want to jump into this. They're gonna get the stall on it for now.
Those horde savages have retaken their camp. Push back and unlock the
They're gonna back off, grab their own siege camp. And they might have actually. I wonder if they finished that earlier and they just didn't cap it, because it seemed way too fast for them to be able to step back and then grab that just like that. So they actually move over to their own. Another devastating charge coming out from Veggies. That's going to be the bunker coming down from Sui as well. They send out another Sentinel. That's going to be the charge going over in favor for gillyShark here. That's going to be a flailing swipe just to disengage. They're just trying to force everyone back long enough so they can finish this channel. Curse Bullet does go out onto the Diablo, who's currently standing still with a Lightning Breath. Lunar Flare to follow up right as it's going to be going down. Diablo does go down. No souls lost, but Greymane will be out as well. That's going to be Templar making their way around the top, and that's also going to be objective. Now going to be spawning. We do have another Stormpike raid coming in here. VP went out, but I think this is just a disengage. It's purely for disengage. They don't want to fight on top of that without their Diablo. They are missing the Greymane in the opposing side, but that Tyrael has been proven to be just a force to not really bat an eye at, in a sense. Like they want to respect that Tyrael a little bit. So this is going to be currently bottom lane priority coming in for the push. Sorry, I'm watching minimap and I was like, I guess not. They're going to be going in through mid lane. I think the camp just ended here as well. They won't be having that extra pressure. And more or less, I think the bottom lane was just getting the experience and pushing it up a little bit faster, so it's not going to be having to deal with the mini wave. So all 3 waves are kind of crashing right around the same time. They're going to move into bottom lane now that it's the mid lane's just going to be falling, and they'll be able to siege into this. Kage is going to be having that Sylvanas trait up and available fairly soon, so they can lock down the keep if they want to be able to use it there. Diablo is back, so they can be a little more aggressive, but seems like that's going to be the disengage while they have top lane pushing in, and this will get the front gate. Nice ads. Wait, what? I don't have ads. The Lightning Breath Cursed Bullet combo keeps paying off. I don't know, like I was expecting the apocalypse. Sentinel coming out. They scout Veggies right there. Templar's down here. They got Holy Ground, and they know it. You can see they disengage from this. They're like, no, we don't want to deal with the Holy Ground Tyrael, who's going to be able to jump onto this point in Sanctification. No. Bosch is fully leashed, so it actually just resets the health right there. I hope I don't have ads, like, just cutting off the middle of my stream. Because, 1, I don't get money from that, and 2, I don't run that crap. First bullet is money into Diablo, regardless. Are they going to restart this? I mean, they are. The longer they delay this out, top lane's going to have some pressure coming in. Catapult will be very far off, but let's actually jump into this bottom lane. Let's also look through some of the other numbers here. We've seen the talents for quite some time. So they have the Bosch leased to them. It's going to go back to 50%. You can see how quickly, oh, that's going to be a VP onto 2. Are they going to, that's the Lightning Breath going out. Curse Bullet right into the face of Diablo. Do they dive in further into this? That will be the Shadow Stalk used by Kriv right there. Stark going to be diving in. They actually turn around. Zulkin going to get some value right there. Flailing Swipe to disengage. That's going to be the Sanctification just in time to make sure the last rites doesn't go through. Zulkin would have died there because I believe they were below that 50% mark. And do they go for boss now? On the side of ReGen Ghost, are they going to go for boss? They might have been scouted out. Yeah, they know. They know on the side of gillyShark, I think. Templar's setting up for this. And they see them coming in. Let's see what they're able to do with this. They throw the Eldruin's Might, I think, onto the point. Everyone dives here. That's going to be the Holy Ground on it as well. And they get the boss. Greymane ends up going down. That's going to be the turnaround in this fight so far. Overpower and Shadow Charge into Templar into the wall. They get the speed boost to get themselves out of there. Nice use of the Wave of Force, but now Stark going to get the Blink in. Can they get a cleave? Can they get enough damage? No, they don't have enough mana to actually utilize their abilities. And now Ramadi steps further forward. 8 seconds on the last rites, but they don't need it, as also Diablo will go ahead and finish out their soul, so they have that revive. They could jump into mid lane. They could just let the boss go down here and get pushed out, and it looks like Stark will be the one to kind of clear that out. But they have the buff from Sylvanas, and if you can see them, they all get a little bit larger there. She can lock down the tower, and these things will start to take the armor down on this keep, and look how quickly it will be shredded. This is why you want to prioritize that mid lane camp so much, and you want to keep it off cooldown essentially, because it can just shred through buildings, especially with a Sylvanas and that Mercenary Queen. Look at that. That is just seconds on it, and meanwhile, Malthael's just doing Malthael things, grabbing the objective up in the top right of our screen. So it seemed like they were fine with giving over the boss. They knew that the Holy Ground was going to deny it from them. I think they wanted to take the fight when Tyrael dove forward, so that means they could move into their backline, because I think Tyrael was the main thing to be like, all right, Tyrael's going to be on the point, and they're going to be the one who caps it because they have the Eldruin's Might. Let's take the dive into the backline, into the Greymane, and just take out that burst damage. And that's really what they did, and they did it quite effectively. Look at the top lane in the minimap as well, going down very, very quickly. Nice use of the flailing swipe from Veggies, from Kaimo Tripson to deny the kill onto Veggies right there. Reaver minion and top lane camp are tanking this. They're going to go for their first channel on the side of ReGen Ghost. They're going to get it for now, and I think they just have to... They have to delay a little bit on the side of gillyShark, who do pick up another camp for mid lane. Top lane, once again. This is... Top lane's getting pushed in quite hard. Mid lane does have their keep down very, very low already, as we saw that siege come in. Let's pull away the talents and let's see this fight unfold in front of us here, as that's going to be Shadow Charge onto Tyrael. That's a lot of damage going through. They get the pick onto them. That's also devastating charge being finished out. Lightning Breath coming out from the Diablo, and they go down right there. VP onto 2. Zulkin's going to be separated from the team, and they find a Greymane. Can they get more than that? Cuban Missile is going to be very low. That was the Wailing Arrow going out. They find the kill into Li Ming. Sui is going to be going down on the left-hand side, or at least being chased. Excuse me, not going down just yet, as Kriv is, I think, making it out alive. They retarget themselves onto the Blaze, and that is going to be the pick onto them. They stop the channel on the left-hand side, and now they go for the their own channel on the side of gillyShark after taking 4 members down. But realistically, I don't know if they need... Yeah, they need the objective to end. I mean, the death timers aren't that long, and I think this is just... They're going to push out these lanes ahead of time, so that's also going to be mid lane keep going down, top lane keep is going to be going down, so that's constant Reaver minions coming in through top and mid, and you also have that passive experience gain. Or is it passive experience gain from keeps? Or is it just from forts? I know it said experience, but I wasn't sure if that was just regular or if it's going to actually be the passive as well. We'll find out, because Twitch chat always knows and they have the answers. I don't know if they're... Yeah, I think they're gonna back off here. The enemy team is back up and full. They also do have the objective coming down the lane, so they need to... This is something that I've done in my own games where you actually start to rush towards the core. Sanctification will be used right there. That's also the Shadow Stock being used. They're keeping the members of gillyShark back here. Zeratul will be going down. Ramadi in a rough spot as the last rites go out, but they end up getting picked off. And this is exactly the situation that people find themselves in often, is it's the objective's not there yet, and they've already... push themselves onto the keep or the core, and they're like, all right, well, the objective will come and we'll be able to win as the objective comes to us, but it didn't spawn not quick enough, but they didn't wait for the objective is really the moral of the story here. It'll get there. Forts and keeps, thank you so much. Hey, not Paradox, how you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by. Ghost Bear, how you doing? Texas, how you doing? Anyone I missed? Thanks for coming by. But it's 20 to 18. We'll see our 20 talents here in just a second here, as that we are going to be cycling automated through all of these other stats just to get an idea of what those look like. I mean, look, it's 13 to 6 in hero kills, but the early game hero kills coming out from gillyShark is only yielding roughly 1,000, less than 1,000 experience over the enemy team. They've got 6 kills, and they're 500 experience away when it comes to heroic experience. Like that just shows, like, early game kills, while they do get value, it takes members off the map, and you can deny some experience soak. Sometimes prioritizing the early game might not be your best bet. Just making rotations and soaking experience and soaking the minions, that is sometimes what you just need to do. But I know, like, I myself, start to fixate on that. It's just like, well, early game kills, they set up your dominance. But there's value in it, but at the same time, just don't over prioritize it. Yo, Texas Bone King, thank you for gifting a sub to Not Paradox. Enjoy your finger guns, your asthma pogs, and your gilded beard. And Gaius, how you doing? Thanks for coming by, my friend. I hope you're having a wonderful day, because we are having a great stream as we are getting into our first game here. And now, the members of gillyShark, they lost the objective to push in this lane, but now they pick up a boss that's going to be a VP onto 2 right there. They have the lightning breath coming through as well. The core is attacking against the enemy team. Sanctification will deny the last rights there from Malthiel. They do have that one flailing swipe. Ramadi's so very low, does get picked off by the core. And this is another same attempt. The same thing happened in the last game, or in the last push that they just tried for. And now Kage is just going to be diving around this core, trying to actually, I think, maybe keep it leashed so the boss does damage to it. I wonder if that's just the priority here. So that way they're keeping it leashed so it doesn't regain health. They're gonna be able to burn down this boss. Wait, they should be able to burn down this boss before it burns down the core. This is so very close, but it's going to be going down. 2,258 health left on this core, and look at this. Look at that. It is going to be gaining all that health back very rapidly. If anyone doesn't know, this is the one map where your core will actually regenerate health on its own due to the fact that it is a giant war chief. Or, dwarf. War chief as well. Commander. Stormpike? Stormpike. There we go. That works. Now they go for a boss there on their own on the side of ReGen Ghost here. And this late game, that late game push, that's rough. That's a hard spot to be in with gillyShark. But here's the thing. They didn't wait for the boss to come down lane, it seemed. They got very aggressive. They tried to go for a couple kills, and Cuban Missile just got reset after reset. Let's actually jump over to the damage for Cuban Missile right now. 63,000 on that Li Ming. And I'm sure it looked a lot different before that engagement. I mean, 13,000 over the opposing side. Oh, look at this mid lane. So hold on. Let's get the vision for ReGen Ghost. So they send the Sentinel through, and they can see a couple members right there. And so they start to heart. They got Blaze back, and now Zeratil's here. The core was actually still regaining health. That is a very, very long time for it to be regaining health, but here's the entire team coming through. This is going to be ReGen Ghost. Hearthing back. Can they end it for the 3rd time on the side of gillyShark? They're pulling Templar out a little bit here. Was it just to pull them off the bottom lane siege? I think that was actually it. I think they were just trying to pull them off that siege. Sentinel coming out. Oh no, they send just the Diablo back. Okay. I'm a little confused, I'm not gonna lie, chat. Oh, Hamwich, how you doing? Thanks for coming by, bud. Orion, also thank you for the follow before we got into this before we got into the stream today, but that's gonna be Ramadi being targeted right now. A lot of good damage going out into them. They're gonna try and stay alive through all this. Lurking Arm from the Stukov is getting so much value. VP into the backline onto the 2. Lightning Breath came out, and they're trying to cook some of these members, but Tyrael is able to dive around most of that. Kage with the Banshees forward aren't gonna be proccing it. That's gonna be Stark diving forward as well. Sanctification's used, but that's gonna be Tyrael able to mitigate it with the Sanctification right there, and the Malthiel goes down, so it's so far a 1-for-2 trade. Malthiel did buy back, so they're in this game immediately, and that's going to be Shui going down to the poison damage, and they now turn around and say, let's try and end this again. But here's the thing. Look at gillyShark's core. I know boss just went down, but like it's still, this is a little risky. Oh, it's got good clear. It's got good enough clear with the spin right there. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit worried right there. I was like, are we seriously about to see gillyShark win that fight and then lose to Winions, essentially overpower into Cuban Missile, who gets the blink out right into the Nexus? That's going to be a holy ground to back him off. But with all this coming in, they're going to be burning down the core. The members of ReGen Ghost are doing their best to defend this, but it's just a Tyrael, just a Li Ming. We can see if maybe they can get a reset, but that's just Cuban Missile. All these minions are so in the way, and now that will be core going down, and that is going to be game number 1 over to the members of gillyShark. GG. Well played. Did they remove the noise he made? Or did I talk over it? Usually, I don't know. It sounds like Chewbacca when the Stormwind. I think I have that wrong. Not Stormwind. Frostwolf Pack. Core dies. Massive boss value. But once again, thank you so much, Texas Bone King, for the gifted sub to Not Paradox. Very much appreciate that, my friend. Let me get a message out to the teams and find out where we're going to for game number 2.
Follow you to the end of the world.
Oop.
Subscribe.
A really good game 1 in our best of 3 series. I'm just gonna update the team scores now so I don't forget. I think the name is, oh, I don't think I'll say that right. Rekthar? That cartoon, oh my god, please no. It's the best thing on earth and you know it. You love it so much. It's your favorite. It's your absolute favorite. Alrighty, we got, so they want to do that. Let's go ahead and get a message out to the opposing captain. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, cool. Yo, Himmy, how you doing? Where am I going? I am so confused. What's up? Wait, what? Ghost Bear? What's our next game? I'm here for the dog. Most people are. I mean, let's be honest. I'm here for the dog. Alrighty, we have a map. Let's go ahead and get these teams in here. Invite this team, invite this team. I know all the players, so it really doesn't matter. I can set all the sides correctly. Boom, we're all set. Let's get ourselves ready for this. Oh, he's so tired. He had a long day today. I was Skyping my family and I was showing them, they were like, wait, why does he have so many toys all of a sudden? And I was telling them about the Bark Box last night and they were just like, so, like, what are we supposed to bring him now when we come to visit? Because they're just like, well, he's got so many toys. It's just, we're not sure what we can even bring that he'd like. Alrighty, let's give them a stream link. I'm sure they already know, but whatever, have it. Which teams are? Alrighty. Let's see. So Veggies is 9-0 this season and was 20-something and 4 last season. Anyone know how to find out if he has the best win rate out of any players in NGS over 2 seasons? Oh man, that's a spreadsheet. You got to ask some of those. My pirates jumped the ship. One moment. Okay. More Bark Boxes? Yeah, no, I'm going to subscribe. I think I'm going to take care of that tonight. So that, because usually when I'm done streaming, like, I just go and sit in the living room with Bandit because it's just so late. I got my boyfriend's dog a plush margarita and she loved it. She actually destroyed it. Yeah, he's like pretty gentle with a lot of the toys that I get him. Like, he'll rip it open and then stop tearing it open. I have not been paying attention to the chat. Something about needing a drink fresh water instead of salt water. All right. Falendrith, help us. Yes, exactly. My doggo loves the rag that he found, which is his blankie. Oh, or his baby blanket. That is adorable. All right, so one team is ready, the other team is ready. We are going to get going. Let's give him a spooky worm, and let's get going into our second map here. Thank you all for joining me. We are going to be working our way into... Oh, did it not go? It did. Great casting as always, Baha. Thank you for your time. A Brewer 2, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. And thank you for anyone who's lurking, cheering, subbing, following, whatever, just any support, just being here. Thank you so much. We're pushing towards partner. The big thing, and like this is, Aburutu, thank you so much for the 68 bits. But the big thing is, like, I really want to get transcoding. That is the most important thing that I think I could get from partner, which is going to be the ability for anyone to change the output of my stream, because I stream at 1080p 60 FPS with a 6,000 bit rate. And if you don't have, like, I have a friend who lives in the middle of nowhere in Michigan, and he's like, dude, I can't watch your stream sometimes unless you have transcoding. And I'm like, I get it. Like, you don't have internet to do this. You have internet to basically answer emails and stream Netflix roughly. So I get that. Unfortunately, so that's the big thing. But how do we get here, Bahamut? You know what? I'm so glad you asked that, Ashmantle. I'm sure you're all just sitting there at home and you're just like, wait, why are we on Tomb of Spider Queen? The home team this evening is going to be gillyShark. They they lost the coin flip. They don't win coin flips. ReGen is going to be picking first pick for that first map right there. Cursed Hollow was banned out by them, as well as Sky Temple. We are going to be having Battlefield of Eternity and Braxis Holdout being banned out by the members of gillyShark. Alterac Pass was the first map chosen by gillyShark and won by them. The members of ReGen Ghost opted for first pick for game number 2, so the members of gillyShark have chosen to take us to Tomb of the Spider Queen, and I can hear that there is a pick coming through. I almost went to the wrong scene. There we go. We do have a Greymane first pick once again for ReGen Ghost. We have an Anubrak and Anduin banned out by the members of gillyShark, and a Samuro and Sylvanas banned out. That Sylvanas in that last game was enough where they're just like, all right, we don't want to deal with that. The question I have is, do they Abathur here? Me personally, I like, me as a player, I struggle on playing on a map like this as Abathur. I consider myself a decent Abathur at best. Like, maybe like a low platinum Abathur, like mid platinum Abathur. Maybe that's it, I think. And I just feel like Tomb of Spider Queen's kind of a hard map to play Abathur on, because there's just so many ways to get dove on and kind of get bodied, and the lanes are kind of short. It's easy to make rotations. Once you get pushed in, your value is really mitigated unless you're being super aggressive, and then getting scouted out is difficult, so I doubt we'll see it there. But Zeratul Tyrande on the left-hand side, Greymane, Diablo, Rhaegar, they're going high dive, high aggression on the side of ReGen Ghost, and I like it. They're saying, you know what, we're going to game 2, we're going to Tomb of Spider Queen, let's go all in. They have got good wave clear, they've got great camp pickups, they've got a strong initiation and follow-up as well. They've got a great burst heal post 10 with that Rhaegar, Anubrak. We have the Leoric being banned out once again. It's strong on this map, but it looks like they actually are just a little bit of a, maybe respecting or afraid of one of the players on the opposing side picking up that Leoric. Last I knew, Abba struggles on Tomb. Yeah. I got gig Ethernet, so run whatever bitrate you want. Texas, I wish I had, like, I wish I had that fancy, delicious internet. I apologize, we haven't really gotten into the draft much here, but that is also going to be the Joanna being banned out on the right-hand side. They do need a main tank on the side of gillyShark. To be able to group up a lot of the members, or not members, well, members as well as minions within the rotations is a strong, it's a strong ability to have, as well as to be able to clear a little bit faster from your enemy team. Next 2 picks coming out from gillyShark. They've got Zeratul Tyrande. They're going to need a main tank and an off lane. Seems like they're going to pick up that Blaze Hanzo and hold off on their main tank for now, potentially. Potentially? Unless this might be a main tank Blaze. I never put stock into, like, who's actually on them, because they can always swap at the last minute, so I just wanted to, like... Because even then, like, it could be juking out the enemy team, too. Like, you could have Ramadi end up swapping off onto the Blaze, and Ramadi ends up picking up, like a Garrosh here. And they have just AoE control, or... You know, there's an Arthas grab by Ramadi, and that is going to be the solo lane. Either way, last 2 picks are going to be coming out. Jaina for the wave clear, Thrall for the solo lane, and I like that. More aggression. He's going to synergize with that Jaina. The Earthquake or the Sunder are going to be great ways to set up and also initiate and disengage from some of the fights if they get a little too hairy right there. Yo, Fringe, how you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by. Abba's rough here due to the need to collect gems. Yeah, exactly. Malthael once again. So that's main tank Blaze. Look at that, like, seriously, I didn't get to highlight it, but, like, that skin in the draft screen is just so beautiful to me. I love it. Yo, Ektar, how you doing, bud? Tomb Brightwing? Ooh, that would be good. Almost as good as Tomb Dahaka. Tomb Brightwing can have value? Maybe? Veggies is an Arthas? Oh, no, it's Blaze. Ignore me. Raw material? Ooh. No, we get main tank Blaze, which I like. I'm excited about this. But thank you all for hanging out. Thank you for being here. Thanks for cheering on these wonderful teams. Sunder setting up Ring is a nasty combo. If you can, like, there's anti-synergy with that and also really good synergy. But, like, yeah, like, if you open up a fight with Sunder and then you have the members, you know, push to the side that you need, you can easily put that gigantic donut over people and just pop them. Easy peasy. Beautiful cover girl. Alrighty, we're going to be loading into this game, but just thank you all for hanging out. Thank you for supporting these teams. We're only going to be having 1 game this evening, just going to be a little bit of a shorter stream. I'm very tired from this week of casting, and I'm going to do some work in the background. I got to set up some stuff I'm going to try and get some BarkBox stuff set up. And I want to watch the grand finals for the Heroes Hype Premier Series, which is going to be in a little bit here. But we got ourselves into game number 2. Let's go ahead and jump into our Tomb of the Spider Queen map. On the left, hey, Savage Gopher, how you doing? On the left-hand side, we got the members of gillyShark. It's going to be Kage on the Hanzo. Veggies is going to be on the Blaze. Kaimo Tripson on the Tyrande. Stark on the Glitchy Zeratul. And Ramadi rounds out the team on the Malthael. On the right-hand side, we've got the members of ReGen Ghost. Kriv is going to be on the Rhaegar. Cuban Missile is going to be on the Jaina. Sui is going to be on the Thrall. Zulkin will be playing the Greymane, and Templar will be on the Diablo. I'm apparently just... Brain is just deciding that we're going to be playing with different heroes here. I'm going to chug some water really quickly while we get into our first lane matchup. Tickle Me Tassadar is using Sunder as an engage and dropping Ring on people stunned from the Sunder. It's terrifyingly strong. I agree. I think that can get some value right there. Main tank Blaze is bold into Diablo. Every flip, you have no escape. Oh, that's a good point. Because if you try to use Jet Propulsion, it's just going to connect with the Diablo immediately. Let's see how this unfolds here. We do have the W build for the Hanzo, so it's going to be the simple geometry at level 1 for them. New habits for that Blaze to get the self-cleanse, so that way if there is a Diablo trying to push them around, maybe they can pop that Pyromania and get that. So that's get to safety, but this is going to be... They still need another 13 regeneration globes for that one. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, seems like we actually are going to be having a little bit of a double play in bottom lane with Ramadi. Echo the elements for that Thrall. And I want to highlight this because I actually caught this on Not Paradox's stream, on his coaching stream, and because he was talking to, I believe it was Porky, who picked Crash Lightning on Volskaya Foundry in a map that I think it was yesterday if I'm not mistaken, but it was a really, really good... Oh, hold on, this dive, that blow up Templar trying to get out, but that will be first blood over to the members of gillyShark. Not Paradox was highlighting the facts of the value from Crash Lightning versus Echo the Elements and how they scale, and that basically Crash Lightning maxes out at 360 and it doesn't scale beyond that. Echo the Elements will continue to scale, and I believe it'll actually also get more value post 20 than Crash Lightning. Plus, you also have a second chain Lightning. Like, you have a second one of those to be able to throw out. That's just so much more impactful. So it was just really, really good coaching and casting from him. So one of those things that if you haven't checked out, look at his coaching streams. They're amazing. And he's very clear. And he doesn't make you feel bad about yourself. Like, I was watching that and I was just like, man, like, if I got coached by Knock Paradox, like, I'd leave that feeling good. Like, I'd learn, but at the same time be like, I don't feel like a dummy. Even though I knew I made a bunch of mistakes. So... Thank you all for coming by. Thank you for listening to my spiel. Let's get into our game. But it is going to be 4-4 in our levels here, and they're going to be sieging. They're going to be grabbing these siege giants for the bottom lane as Thrall will be trying to push that back. Ramadi, I think, holding bottom lane as Stark is going to be pushing onto Zulkin a little bit, who returns the favor. They can't 1v1 this because Kriv's coming down here as well. Yeah. They don't see that happening. This is actually something. Let's actually jump over to the vision because they probably didn't see. They didn't see the Rhaegar coming through, so I think Stark was considering pushing onto that Greymane a little bit further. Zulkin was just like, all right, cool, I got my healer, like, I can easily take a Thrall with that. But now Ramadi might have found themselves in a bit of a rough spot. Oh, the Frostwolf doesn't connect, and Kriv and Zulkin going for the turn-in. They don't have the turn-in, but this is going to deny them from actually being in the way, from them to soaking and also picking up gems, and it makes Diablo's life and Cuban Missile's life a little bit more difficult, but still going to be able to just wait for those gems to come by the front gate, be able to pick those up, and now Sentinel coming through. Yeah, but Crash Lightning is fun, and it stacks more. Is that really, like, it's got more stacks? So that's why you want it. It's got 30 stacks instead of 20. Okay, Monkus. ReGen has the availability for a turn in here, and they're just going to continue to rotate and pick up their experience. Let's actually rotate through the other numbers ourselves. Let's look what our early game damage, experience, and healing looks like here as we're approaching those 7s, and also turn in for both sides. Early game Web Weavers, typically we're seeing a front gate being taken down. In some rare cases, we get like 3 forts, but I don't feel like that's going to be the case here. They also scale per minute, so getting them in a little bit later in the game is going to get you a lot more value, but the early game siege and opening up this map is going to allow you to be a lot more aggressive. I don't know, like, speaking of aggression, like, I'm looking at the 2 drafts, like, they'd want that on the side of ReGen Ghost, but I'm not sure if gillyShark are going to be playing the massive aggression. They've got some initiation with a couple of the players, but speaking of, they're going to be diving onto Kriv here, who's going to have a lot of damage put onto them, but they're going to try and make their way out, and that will be Zeratul being answered. That's going to be 7 talent here for the members of ReGen Ghost. Kage trying to get the jump over the wall, and they end up going down right there. Kaimo able to get right out. Frostwolf doesn't connect, and they get the turn in here on the side of ReGen. First Web Weaver will be descending in their favor. Yo, Zunicorn, how's it going, bud? Not Paradox sounds like a real G? Yes. Absolutely. Crash has more dings. Yes, okay, you know what? Chat, you have changed my mind. I'm sorry, not Paradox. Crash Lightning is better than Echo of the Elements because of the fact that it has 10 more stacks on it. More dings. Also, I will note this. Thunderstorm, right? At level 16 for Thrall, I think pairs better with the Echo of the Elements because of the fact that you have the 2 charges, so you can burn through that faster and stack that up a little bit better, and also cycle through enemy heroes a little bit faster, I guess you could say. Either way, red web weavers coming in through the top lane, going to be able to burn down this front gate. Still a lot of good health on this as they're going to be trying to burn through it on the side of gillyShark, and ReGen Ghost just pushing up this top lane so very hard. This is the boss lane, which we often do see as the priority. That's going to be Veggies in a bit of a rough spot. Dive in from the Greymane onto Blaze, and look at all those gems they lost. I think that was a solid 22 that they just lost on the Blaze right there, and not Paradox called it out in the chat right as we were getting into this. Blaze doesn't really have a good way to get out of some of these hairy situations when Templar is just going to be pushing on them. Maybe the new habits will be able to kind of deal with that, but we'll see as the game does progress here. Zulkin and friends going to siege into top lane a little bit further. They want to open this up and just at least have this pressure so they can try and chase into the enemy team, but they might have overextended by doing this. Blaze with 1 jet propulsion that will be onto Templar, who does have full souls. Look at the wraparound from Stark right now, looking their way onto Zulkin, and it was actually I was like, how did Kriv dive toward or to get pushed away? Oh no, that's going to be Kriv with the pickup kill on. How did they? Oh, maybe Lightning Bond. Curse Bullet goes out, 10s are here. Templar going to be also popping the Apocalypse. Veggies is going to go ahead and pop the Pyromania. They might be going down here, and this is definitely ReGen Ghost with a huge momentum swing in their favor in game number 2 here. Going to be pushing into top lane consistently as they do have a wave right behind them as well as the Catapult there. ReGen Ghost on fire as we get into this game right now, and this also going to be 7 minutes in, and they're going to be approaching a keep. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, Malthael's going to be pushing out. Earthquake from Thrall. Not sure about that one right there, but either way, that is going to be the top lane keep being targeted. I think they're going to be able to burn this down before they actually get to 10s. I don't think they can deny this on the side of gillyShark. The siege is just way too too powerful. Siege is too thick, and not the viewer. Web Weavers are going to be descending in favor for the members of gillySharks. They're going to try and push back with these. They will descend and crash into the lane where the enemy minions are, or where the structures will be. So, for example, if Romany pushes this to the front gate, it will just descend into the front gate of this fort. But gillyShark, they've got a Web Weaver of their own. No talent, no 10 talent here just yet. Let's actually jump over to the experience because I'm curious what that actually yielded when it came to hero kills, as well as the what some of the other numbers look like with the passive experience gain with those 2 forts, are that the fort and the keep being down right there. So you can see passive experience gain is going to be a little bit, but the structure is going to be yielding them 1,300, and then you have another chunk coming out from those hero kills right there with a solid 2,600 in that department. So really, really good back and forth in that, right? Actually, speaking of, let's just jump through all the numbers because we're going to be seeing 10 talent tiers. It's going to be pretty nothing really out of the ordinary for gillyShark. Show dominance with an Earthquake just in lane. Absolutely. VP onto 3. Is this the power spike that gillyShark needed? Hanzo with the arrow. Just gonna go right between the team right there. Cleanse goes out into the Greymane as they want to continue to dive into this further. Kaimo Tripson and friends need to get out of there. They do have Red Web Weaver turn in on the side of ReGen Ghost, and so you can see them actually deciding, well, here's the thing. We can just turn this in. The waves are kind of pushed in. Maybe they actually even end here. They're not going to go for Boss Web Weaver, but we're 8 minutes into the game and there's a top lane keep gone. They've got a good pressure coming in this lane already. Like, they could try and go for core through top. Okay, they don't have enough delay for that one, and that's just going to be a Sentinel also coming out. But they grab their camp on the left, they grab their camp on the right. Those will crash in the mid. Blaze doing their best to push out top lane. I mean, everyone has a bad arrow. We could even call it an EU arrow. No, I can't. I was trying to make a Europe joke, but there's none. The whiffs. I've seen some, here's the thing. Go watch the premiere series in Europe. There's some NA arrows in there. There's definitely some NA arrows in the European Premier Series as well, but we got 13 talent here on the opposing side, as they've also got the Web Weavers descending in lane. Let's see what the members of ReGen Ghost can do with this. Can they take us to a game number 3? with this push or maybe another, because like their Web Weaver phases have been so dominant so far. Ring of Frost does come out. I don't know if it actually connected on anyone right there, but that's going to be Greymane going down. The Apocalypse coming out from Templar as well. Romity's so very low, gets picked off. Zeratul going to be going down as well. So far a 2-for-1 trade. Not going to be able to find Cuban Missile. No. The root from Thrall is going to be enough. Ancestral Healing onto Cuban Missile to try and continue this, but here's the thing. Web Weaver in mid lane is going to be on a keep front gate. Top lane is going to be going right into the core. It is very, very low on health, so they don't need to worry too much, but now bottom lane going to be sieged in by ReGen Ghost, opening up the map further in their favor. A strong and dominant showing in game number 2. I have a feeling, and I'm wondering, because I even said this to the teams earlier, is ReGen Ghost going to be the one team to take a game off of gillyShark? Because so far, I think gillyShark in Division A has had 2-0 sets. I guess, well, also in the sense that they've won every single game and they haven't even dropped a map. So this might be their first map drop. If ReGen Ghost can put on the pressure. And they've got consistent good pressure coming into gillyShark. They now even up the 13 talent tier as well. So I'm just looking around map and I'm just skimming through talents all at the same time. Euro. Oh, Zool, that works. Thank you, Zool. Jaina lives. How though? Roots save lives. Yes. It was the Frostwolf from Thrall that actually saved the Jaina in that last engagement. That stopped Blaze from there was a Jet Propulsion. If you like, it was like just about to do the Jet Propulsion, and he got the root right in time before that Jet Propulsion would have come through. They might have though, like that might have also been Blaze going down if they did. We're just getting vision for Kriv right now, just to get an idea of how they're playing this, because they don't have turn-in. The lanes are kind of pushed out against them, or no, well, in their favor. So they're gonna have to step further forward into the lane to try and get gems, and that's not really what you that's not what you want to be doing. You don't want to be stepping further into the lane and potentially giving a fight, because this is exactly where gillyShark wants to fight before the enemy team is getting 16s and before they have any sort of Web Weaver value. But they're just trying to say we don't want, like, we'll either wait for someone to step out or. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm not gonna lie. But at the same time, like, what can they do? Boss is being checked constantly. They kind of have to just play it like this on the side of ReGen Ghost. 6 more gems going to be going in for Zulkin, so they only need 10 more on their side. They've got a turn-in on the side of gillyShark, but they're also watching all these turn-ins and denying any sort of value with that right. So I mean, this is the best thing they can do on the side of ReGen Ghost. Also, I mean, I like this. They're kind of baiting them into the lane a little bit further as well. Oh, the potential collapse onto this. Firestomp does give away Templar a little bit right there, and that's going to be a nice Sonic Arrow from Kage to be actually landing it right onto them and get that consistent vision. But 16s will trickle in here, and once that happens, I'm wondering if we see ReGen Ghost be a little more aggressive, or do they just continue and look for that Web Weaver turn and maybe try and end with turn-in? Another Sentinel through the boss to make sure they're not on that one. They need a gem. Yeah, ReGen needs a gem currently. That wave or mid lane, right there. It's just this. Whew. Alrighty, red Web Weaver's being picked up here. 16 talent tier as well. Sorry, I was just drinking a glass of water. So we get our 16s on the side of ReGen. They're going to be pushing in through mid lane right now. Not going to be going for any top lane priority. It will be descending all the way into the mid position. They're going to try and fight before this even happens. That's the Ancestral Healing going out a little bit early right there onto the Thrall. They have a huge VP onto a couple members. That's going to be the Apocalypse as well, but that's Templar just by themselves, so they're not going to be able to burn that down, but that's also going to be the Ring of Frost going out. Malthael to be picked off right there. Few gems going to be dropped. I think that's what, like a solid 5, 10, 15, or maybe around 20 from Romany being dropped right there, and this Web Weaver going to be pushing in through mid lane. Can they end with this on the side of ReGen Ghost? Fat gem banks? Mm-hmm. Time to hold gems forever. Oh my god, this is a hard spot to be in on the side of gillyShark. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you have a lot of gems, you want to engage, you want to take a fight, but you don't have 16s either. That's going to be the Jet Propulsion from Veggies, getting some value right there, but Stark will be targeted and they get the burn down onto them. Now Veggies will be retargeted with 40 gems. They pop the Pyromania and they're gonna get the Jet Propulsion out, but now there's a Web Weaver onto the core and the ReGen Ghost is looking to take the game. Can they do it here? Romity's gonna be back. They don't have a last right, so it's gonna be Overpower as well. They're trying to shred through this Diablo and that's not working out, but that's gonna be the core going down, and game number 2 goes over to the members of ReGen Ghost. We go to game number 3. GG. Well played. gillyShark should have stalled waves to deny XP/gems or just forced before 16. I agree, Zuni. I agree. Peldor, thank you for the follow. I apologize for missing that earlier. Wait, that's Hedgie. Oh. Okay. That's I was looking at that too, Zuni, and I was like, why aren't they just? I thought they were trying to find an engagement. That's game. Let's go ReGen. Let's see it. Can ReGen take? Can ReGen, I guess, dethrone gillyShark in a sense? From just their number one, or are they number one? I don't know if all the teams have actually versed each other yet. Yo, Murda, how you doing, bud? Well played on one side and maybe poorly drafted on the other. Damn, Ham. Diablo undefeated in this series so far. That's just math right there. That's true. Stats don't lie. I always think of that. There's like that one, oh my god, that one video of like some wrestler doing math, and it's just absolute absurdity. But it's a good laugh. I'll have to find that one. Okay, they want that. Okay, cool. I already got the map and everything. We are just cruising this evening. Alrighty. Final map in our best of 3 series, everybody. Who is going to be taking this? That's me swapping teams, not being an observer. Set to ref. I'm a draft that. First pick. Invite. And invite. Alrighty. Scott Steiner. I will link for you. Yes, please do, Bean. That is such a dumb but beautiful video at the same time. Did Cat Peach already get it? Hold on. Yes. While they're loading into lobby, just everyone listen to this beautifulness.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true. See, normally if you go one-on-one with another wrestler, you got a 50-50 chance of winning. But I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal. So you got a 25% at best at beating me. And then you add Kurt Angle to the mix, your chances of winning drastically go down. See, the 3-way at Sacrifice, you got a 33 1/3 chance of winning. But I got a 66 2/3 chance of winning.
So stupid.
Kurt Angle knows he can't beat me, and he's not even gonna try. So Samoa Joe, you take your 33 1/3 chance minus my 25% chance, and you got an 8 1/3 chance of winning at Sacrifice. But then you take my 75% chance of winning. If we used to go one-on-one,
this is why we come to my channel.
2/3%, I got 141 2/3 chance of winning at Sacrifice. See, Joe, the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you at Sacrifice.
We got the readies here. Let's go ahead and get into our next game. Everyone, we are going into our final map of the evening. We are going to be heading into... Draft button, please. Who's cutting this promo? Oh my god, that's so good. That video is so good. The video is even better than just the audio. Alrighty, welcome back everyone. We are getting into game number 3, map number 3 of our best of 3 series this evening. On the left-hand side, we have gillyShark, and on the right is going to be ReGen Ghost. We are going to be getting into Volskaya Foundry, and I'm sure you're sitting at home, you're like, Bahamut, 2 maps I missed. Why are we on Volskaya? I got you. The home team this evening is going to be gillyShark. They lost the coin flip as always. We have ReGen Ghost going for first pick in the first map. Cursed Hollow and Sky Temple were banned out by them. Battlefield of Eternity and Braxis Hollow were banned out by the members of gillyShark. Alterac Pass was the first map chosen by gillyShark and won by them. They opted for first pick in game number 2, so gillyShark is going to be taking us to Tomb of Spider Queen. They lost that. They themselves wanted first pick for game 3, so ReGen Ghost chose to take us to Volskaya Foundry for game number 3. I almost hit the wrong button again. Oh my god. Alrighty, we're back in our draft. Let's go ahead and we get the Samuro ban, of course. We have an Anubrak banned out as well. It wouldn't be as nearly good if the math wasn't on point. That's true, true. Bahamut, I formally request that you inform chat how it became. Oh, we did it, Ektar. We did it. Anubrak and Anduin going to be banned on the left-hand side. Do we see... Is it Abathur or is it going to be Sylvanas? You're welcome. You're welcome, Ektar. I got you. Because I really like... Abathur's got value here. Sylvanas has got massive value too. First pick with 100% win rate? No. No, because ReGen had first pick in game number 1. And they lost game number 1. So far, it's just, it's even. Or, I mean, like, not even, but there's really no major fact. Actually, the only factor so far has been whoever gets Diablo. Diablo has a 100% win rate in our series, so... Alrighty, everyone, back to the desk. Welcome back. No, I'm just kidding. Let's continue with our draft right now. Alrighty, we are going to be seeing a Diablo first pick on the side of gillyShark. What do they pick up for ReGen Ghost? Do they go for the Sylvanas themselves? Yes, absolutely. She's so insanely strong right now. I appreciate you casting these ReGen nobodies. You're welcome, Stixa. How you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by. They need the coverage. That promo is amazing. Seriously, Zool, I agree. Stukov will be picked up here on the left-hand side. Do they get a Greymane to maybe pair into it? No, they go for Li Ming, so they're going to be going for some resets and some poke with that. I like that. Some aggression and dive coming out from Diablo. They've got some control from the Stukov, and Li Ming is going to be able to get some resets and poke in and bring that value to the table. So far, kind of playing this... They're not really showing much of their draft. They're not showing if they're a dive comp, if they're like how their aggression's coming out. I posted a video on Instagram and Elgato shared it through their Instagram, and it's a video of me. It's the same video from yesterday of me actually starting my entire stream setup with one button, and someone literally DM'd me on Instagram and said, what's the extra? It's that PC takes a long time to turn on all the apps, slow as F, and I'm just like, okay, cool. And one of my friends, like, I sent it to him just to laugh about it, and he's just like, respond with K. And I was like, I'm not even going to respond to it. It's no point. So, Lost Vikings going to be banned out on the right-hand side by ReGen Ghost. They don't want to deal with Ramadi's Vikings right there, but an Alarak being removed, that's some aggression they do not want to have right there. Greymane was banned? Greymane was banned. My apologies, Ghost Bear. I potatoed. I straight up potatoed. Thank you. Diablo Garrosh, the ultimate deathmatch. In the past, actually, a lot of people said that playing Diablo into Garrosh is quite a struggle because of the fact that you shadow charge in, and then he's just like, cool, you're going for a journey, like, goodbye. Hanzo and Ana gonna be picked up on the right-hand side, so that's some really good healing, and that nano boost potential from Ana onto Sylvanas will be big. They still need a solo laner on the right-hand side, and they also need one on the left. Diablo, Stukov, Li Ming. What else do they want to go with this? They could maybe go for an Orphe if they wanted to. Solo lane, maybe Leoric? I like the idea of a Leoric in the solo lane. Zeratul going to be popping up once again, and Malthael for the solo lane. Okay. I worry about their front line. I really do worry about the front line of gillyShark right now. No Jane into Garrosh? No. Not going to be happening. Yeah, great. Yeah, sorry, I missed that. My apologies. What do we need a solo laner into the Malthael. Do they go into Thrall? I actually really like the Thrall in the last game. I wouldn't mind seeing that again. Ooh.
A great destiny.
Are we gonna go Twin Blades here? Is this taunt? Try and lock down the Diablo. Anyone who steps forward, maybe. If you're gonna grab the Ana, why no Malthael for nano boosted Malthael? I guess they want to, either they're going Eye of Horus or they're just going to be buffing out the Sylvanas. I have a feeling that this is going to be an Eye of Horus game. You know what? Nano boost the Garrosh. We figured it out. Nano Hanzo though, I mean it is cooldown reduction in spell power. Don't need no frontline if the enemy team is already dead. That's like my like I've played one of my friends is a support main or a healer main, and he's just like we'll play on like games on like Battlefield of Eternity. I'm just like I don't know how I feel about our race, and he's like Bahamut, we don't have to worry about race if we kill the enemy team. It's just like well, yeah, but like that's a Okay. Alrighty, Galaxy Brain plays exactly. Nano Varian, yes. Alrighty, everybody, we got it. Let's get into it. Game 3. On the left-hand side, we got gillyShark. Ramadi going to be on the Malthael. Chymotrypsin's going to be on the Stukov. Kage is going to be on that Li Ming. Veggies will be on the Diablo. And Stark rounds out the draft on the Breakdancing Zeratul. On the right-hand side, we got the members of ReGen Ghost. We have Shui looking like they got to go to the bathroom on that Varian. We have Cube Missile going to be on the Hanzo. Kriv going to be on the Ana. Zulkin will be on the Sylvanas. And Templar rounds out the draft on the Garrosh. Let's go ahead and get into our mid lane and check out what our first talent tiers are going to be, as well as what our first engagement will look like. Hanzo with the, oh my god. Target practice? That sounds wrong. Okay, we got it. I always like, I've been saying the Phoenix talents instead of the Hanzo talents when it's not simple geometry. Because I've done advanced targeting. That's the one that I have been throwing them, I've been confusing the two of them. Either way, target practice for the Hanzo needs to hit everyone 3 times. The extended range is going to be really good poke. I'm wondering if this is just going to be for that nano boost spell armor potential. They themselves pick up a little bit of spell power, increase at level 7 if they do go into that. Just kill them. Easy. Absolutely. I like gillyShark's draft much better this time around, though. Very similar to Game 1. I would agree with that. I definitely would agree with that. We'll see if the Diablo is going to yield the 100% win rate for teams, or if it's a different factor, like their playmaking ability and stuff. And the decisions they make. Because, I mean, it's... Yeah, no, actually, no, I lied. It's if you pick up Diablo, you auto-win. That's why we went back to the... To the desk. That's also why I think I missed the Greymane ban, because I was just like, oh, okay. Could be double taunt. Yeah, that's... Ooh. It's a 50% cooldown on a 16-second... Yeah, I think they'd be able to get double taunt, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know how long Nano lasts. We'll find out here. We'll actually find out in like half a level what they're going to be doing with this variant. That's the one thing I'm really curious what this variant is going to be. Colossal Smash, Twin Blades... They're all, realistically, like, jokes aside, they've all got viability, and I've seen them all win, I've seen them all lose. Like, I really don't know what we're going to be going into here. It is going to be overpower for the Varian. Typically, we see like High King's Quest for the Twin Blades, so I would assume it's Colossal Smash or the Taunt. Let's find out. It's going to be Taunt right there, just to lock down maybe anybody. Diablo charges in, the friendly team isn't there, lock them down so they're not able to go anywhere, and then just burn through them with the rest of the team. So far, we're just getting rotations through the lanes, just picking up experience. Nothing really aggressive on the map so far. Just going to be also grabbing some of these camps to pressure out the top lane. We do have our first objective going to be popping up in about 30 seconds. Well, 32 seconds. But we do have camps on the left-hand side, as well as the right-hand side going to be picked up. We're just jumping around the vision right now to get an idea what that looks like for both the teams. You have a 66 1/3 chance of winning. Our decisions don't matter, silly Baja. I can't believe I was so foolish. Hanzo will go ahead and get the scout onto this camp. Let's actually jump over their vision right now to see exactly how they're going to step up onto this. Speaking of stepping up, that's going to be a lot of damage onto Veggie, so he gets the overpower, but the healing might not be enough. I think they sacrificed themselves. You can see the team was just walking away, and they started pushing face into the opposing side. And they're like, you know what, death timers aren't that long. I'll go down, try and maybe jump onto the point. And they actually don't even manage to do that. They still have the biotic emitter. So they do have that healing totem, in a sense. But they're going to have to give over some charge in favor for the members of, or to the members of ReGen Ghost. They also have the Sylvanas pushing up top lane a little bit. She did have that Mercenary Queen. She was buffing out this camp. The other thing to note, too, and the reason Sylvanas has such priority on this map is because Mercenary Queen does affect the turrets as well. You'll be able to buff those turrets by 60%. That's insane. They're like a kind of like a Tychus in a sense with the minigun. Don't quote me on that unless you quote me on that. Wait, what? Taunt to catch Zera, Malthael, and protect Ana. Yep, I agree, Ghost Bear. Hi, Bandit. They're going to continue the charge right here. That's going to be 7-7 in talents. We do have a little bit of just back and forth in this bottom lane. Cube Missile going to take a little bit of damage, rotates back up. But we're going to pull away the talents here as we do have our overtime, and they're going to jump on this point on the side of gillyShark. They rotate over to the right-hand side to grab this fortification camp. We got the vision for gillyShark right now just to get an idea of how they're playing the point. And they're just going to... They're having Veggies kind of anchor towards this right-hand side area, but that's actually also going to be Stark jumping over to that camp with a little bit of help from Ramadi, or actually maybe just setting up Ramadi. They don't want to cycle out of this for too long. That will give an opportunity for the enemy team to step forward onto them. We got this massive vision just to go ahead and show what's going on the left-hand side of our screen, but Contest is going to be there. They're stepping forward onto this. Ramadi needs to finish out that camp. They're going to be able to. They zone them back for now. Camp going to be picked up. And they know that Ramadi was gone for a second. They actually step forward with their own turret. It's going to be the toss onto them. Taunt going to be coming out from the very end as well. Look at that Indomitable from Templar, who's trying to get out, but that's going to be the Shadow Charge went out, but they didn't have the overpower. They don't get the kill into Templar, and they continue to hold the point over. Biotic Emitter was used by Stark right there. Veggie's very, very low. I don't think they have souls just yet, sitting at... Oh, we could have made a joke. Well, we're going to say they're at 69. They were at 69. Nice. Souls right there, but the initiation onto Garrosh right there. They find a pick. Veggie's so very low. The taunt goes through, but they're continuing to get great heals, and that's going to be the reset city for Kage, who ends up getting 2 kills, or at least one of the 2 kills, and now they have this Triglav Protector jumping in through mid lane, and losing 2 members before this is going to allow the members of gillyShark to siege in fairly effectively. Diablo did finish out souls as well, so they do have that buyback. They're actually going to skip through mid lane and go straight to top. They want to open this up and set the priority and set the pressure up for themselves, or set the pressure up in their favor. There we go, on the side of gillyShark. So that way ReGen Ghost has to play this top lane a little more reserved when it comes to the next objective, because they won't have their lane sustain. On almost every map, lane sustain is a huge factor to consider. Dragonshire is a great example of this, as well as this map right now. They're taking out this wall. The reason they're prioritizing this, nice use of the Power Glove, but it's actually going to put them right next to Kaimo, who does get tossed away. They do have the friendly team dropping out of the Triglav Protector, which pushes away the enemy team, so they kind of angled that to get the Garrosh out of there. But the one thing I want to note here is lane sustain. So look at this top lane, and let's talk about what's happening soon and why they made the decisions they made. Typically, we see teams open up mid, and they had a good wave right there. They actually had, I think, maybe Malthy was sieging in with that. So they rotated the Triglav into top lane, and that will allow them to open up this front gate. They take out the well over anything else because of the fact that the next point will be control point B in this top area. Now that we're seeing this, we can also take a peek back. When you have this fight and you're going to be continually going back and forth around this and trying to sustain, having your weld be able to back off, grab this, and then go back in. I apologize, we're talking about map strategy, and we see the Hanzo getting picked off over here, but the main highlight right there is just, if you remove that well, there's no way for the enemy team... Oh, wow, that blink. If that blink was... Oh, my God. Woo! Wormhole. Just coming in with so much value right there for Stark. But if you take out that well, there's no way for the team to stay up there, and they have to rotate into mid, or they have to rotate all the way back to their keep to get some mana to get that big burst of health. That's really the main thing that I wanted to highlight with that. I apologize again for missing that kill right there, but we are going to be having mid lane sieged in a little bit. They do have the top lane going to be opening up. I think it's got about a minute left on that timer, and now we do have the fortification camp on the right and left going to be picked up, and so Han zoned. Yes. I can't believe ReGen didn't pick or ban the Malthiel. He's just going to eat up the Varian and Garrosh. We didn't see that. 50-second cooldown. Nunny? Anyways, let's continue here. We do have our 10 talents for both sides, and that is Nano Boost. So hold on, all right, I want to make sure that I'm not going to be missing on a kill. So it's for 8 seconds, and taunt is a 16-second cooldown, yeah. So you could get 2 taunts, essentially. Right? 150 second, no, it's 150 seconds. Yeah, that'd be 2 taunts, I think. Caster math. 13 talent tiers right around the corner for the members of gillyShark, and they just want to back off and wait for that to approach for them before they actually really take another fight. You can see how they're kind of playing on the map. You just look at how close they're playing to their gates. They're just waiting for the waves to come into them. They're like, we'll take this experience safely. We don't want to lose out before this objective. And as I said, there was about a minute on that. They'll be seeing that pop up into the top lane. Oh, Kage. They're going to be trying to take this fight right now. That was the Shadow Charge onto one, VP onto a couple, Warlord Challenge goes out, and that's going to be the Apocalypse as well. Timed out very well with the VP as they go ahead and blow up the Ana. Now they're going to be stepping further forward. That's also going to be a great Wailing Arrow from Sylvanas. Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to capitalize on any of that. They drop the Biotic Emitter and they step further forward onto this. That's going to be mid lane engagement. The fort is going to be very, very low. Zulkin's so low as well. They get the last auto, and Li Ming gets a reset. They find a second one onto the Varian. Can they get a third? And that is going to be the Hanzo going down as well. Kage popping off right there, but Stukov will steal away one of those kills. We do have Ramadi jumping up on the top lane point, and camp still pushing in through top lane. ReGen Ghost on a little bit of the back foot right there, but not too far behind the enemy team. They can still bring it back. This is Volsky Foundry. Control point C's can go like any which way. Taunt isn't a basic ability. Oh, you're right. I was considering it a basic ability because we get it at level 4. You're right. You're very, very right. I appreciate the map strat sprinkled in the commentating. I'm glad you enjoy that. Because I feel like, you know, I would say the majority of people that are watching this right now probably know why decisions are made and how they're made, but I feel like there's a small amount of people who watch and they might not know, or they've never seen it done that way. So if someone actually does learn a little bit from my stream and I can do that, that's just a win in my book. And if you guys hear the same thing that you've heard 100 times on my stream, I'm sorry. But we try and make this a teaching place as well. But thank you all for being here. Another one. Triglav Protector B is going to be pushing up through the top lane. ReGen Ghost is going to be hearthing in through bottom. I wonder if they were trying to force them to come back down here, or maybe they were trying to get some value. I don't know what the play was going on down there. I honestly should have been paying attention, but I was reading chat. As we have 15 to 12 in levels, they might have actually just been looking for the 13 as quickly as possible. They should be able to get it with the wave that's coming through, but they need to also deal with the Triglav Protector that's now stepping up towards their keep, and it's 15. That 13 talent tier is so very close where they're going to be on an even fight. That's going to be the Sleep Dart coming out from Kriv right there. There's going to be a VP onto 2 in the backline. Apocalypse comes out from the Diablo. They catch Kriv once again. Can they get the kill onto Ana? They get the pick onto that Ana, and now they move through this top lane keep. Look at their posturing, though. You can see that they're actually playing on the defensive side. They're actually they want to make their way out of this on the side of gillyShark. Typically, we see if teams wanted to end, they'd be taking the keep on the far side or the core side of the map right there. So it's just it's showing like they're showing their intention a little earlier there, and there's nothing bad with that. Just posturing is a big factor. But now Warlord's Challenge went out right there. I don't know if it actually got the value. They dive further in. Wailing Arrow does go out. That's gonna be the last rights onto Garrosh, who does get their soul ripped. Zulkin so very low with the Banshees forward. Will be able to make it out alive. Kriv's gonna be back from death, but now that the Garrosh is gonna be down, they're gonna step forward onto the core. Can the members of gillyShark end it in 11 minutes and 44 seconds? Core starting to lose a little bit of health. That's going to be the bot committer going to be dropped as well. Core falling rapidly. Can they make the? Can they take this? That Sylvanas going down. A reset for Kage, who throws another few missiles into this core, and yeah, that is going to be game number 3 and a kill onto Varian. Going over to gillyShark. GG. Well played. Now I see why they picked Ming over Jaina. Yeah, Kage is a decently Ming. Just like decent though. Just decent. Who is doing Okay, let me jump into the NGS Discord so I can get that all set up. Well played. Don't go anywhere, everybody. We got a quick interview, and then we'll close out the stream in just a second. But please don't go anywhere, because we're also going to host over the Heroes Hype in just a moment. So, Big Rhino, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that, my friend. Anyone else yelling at Malthael saying drop the turret? I didn't see it. I was just looking at all the abilities and like listening. Oh, here's Sherbot. How you doing, bud? Alrighty, we are going to be joined by the Kage Kiri at this time. How you doing, bud? Congratulations on your 2-1 victory.
Thank you, thank you.
So let's talk about game number 1. We're going to Alterac Pass, a fairly dominant game coming out from your team, and there were a couple back and forths. Let's talk about those core attempts. What was it was it just because you stepped too far forward when you were waiting for the objective to come through in that first core attempt, or because they ended up getting the kill onto your team? Can you talk about that and like what the comms were like? Because it seemed like there's a little bit of a back and forth, like let's try and end. Oh wait, we need to wait for objective, and then you get wiped.
It's kind of funny actually, because we were totally like, hey, we can end with boss. Boss has enough damage, and we are all like on the same page there. What we didn't anticipate was boss like came in, and it didn't do anything. Reason being, I hunting waved all the way to the other side of like that core area, and the boss followed me, and then the core followed me. The boss walked up to where the core should have been and didn't do anything. So I pretty much just trolled my team.
What are comms?
No,
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
We totally should have been able to end there. We just, yeah, we lost a little bit of the focus, a little bit of the comms. We messed up, their their ultimate cooldowns and such. But yeah, it's something that is easily fixable.
What are comms like in that moment when you have two core attempts and they don't go right? How do you kind of bounce back? Do you guys kind of pep talk each other? Is it kind of like, all right, let's just sit in silence and just think about our decisions? Like, how do you as a team kind of bounce back? Because I think that's a good thing to kind of showcase here, because you definitely did bounce back twice to bring it back in the third core attempt.
Yeah, so one of the things is to basically keep comms up, like constantly talk to each other and make sure that we're not talking about exactly what happened. We're thinking about what are we going to be doing next, and that makes it so that, hey, what happened in the past happened. We can't change that, but we can think about what our next play is going to be, and that is kind of like what keeps us with that really positive mindset. If we did it the other way around, where we were just like, what happened here? Why did this happen? Then it doesn't help our comms. It doesn't help our team morale either, which is kind of like what we needed.
I think that's really good. Like, just having that kind of level of communication as a team is really, really important. So then we go into Tomb of Spider Queen. They draft this really aggressive, this dive composition, this blow up. Did you feel the pressure? Because actually, Not Paradox in chat was saying that Veggies might struggle on that Blaze because of just how Diablo initiates and that kind of blocks Blaze from getting value. Did it feel like their composition was just kind of oppressive and just really hard to deal with, or because it seemed like there was just anytime you tried to do anything, they were just there to answer and they kind of clapped back every fight?
Yeah, they definitely played their comp. They got it looked like they also got the comp that they wanted, and I think we drafted ourselves a little bit into a hole there, based on how they were playing.
Okay.
I'd say Veggies is a very aggressive tank player, and it did change our style coming from change our style a bit coming from last season.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the times Veggies will say he'll communicate that he's going in, and then he'll ask where the follow up is, because a lot of us are still one full page behind his book. And yeah, that it's something that we've been working on, something that we'll for the other teams, we're gonna work on that for future matches. But yeah, it's when we don't follow, when we're not on the same page as Veggies, that's where he'll usually die on his own, especially to a comp like Greymane and super aggressive Tyraels, so Rhaegar comps.
Mm-hmm. It was good. I like the aggression that came out from them. But now we go to Volskaya Foundry. Game number 3, the back and forth is definitely apparent between the two teams, and you take that really great fight in top lane and keep pushing. And there was that wane in top lane. There was a second where you're like, all right, we're not going to end, but then they engage onto you again. Was it just like, go core? Was there any sort of doubt in your mind that you might be able to end because the death timers were a little bit low? It was still, I think, sub 12 minutes into the game, so they could have popped back up and got you. They could have picked you off. Were you worried at all? Or were you just like, we got this, we're confident, we're going to end?
Yeah, we're very confident in our decision making there. We were saying we're gonna take the camp. We're gonna definitely show that we're on it. And if they wanted to aggress, then I think they were down the Ana, because we killed her when the Sheeglot was still up. So we were saying if we find any more kills, we can just end. They have to play they're gonna try to want to play aggressive towards us, or we just kind of we're gonna be pressuring top lane until we die or we find out that, hey, we can't do it anymore.
Okay.
And that's when we were just like, all right, let's just take this. If they want to fight into us, we'll take them down.
And I think it was actually the Garrosh that turned around and tried to get the Warlords challenge that really turned around that end right at the end. So it's just great plays coming out from both teams, but I had an absolute blast with this best of 3 series. Before I let you go, Kage, any shoutouts that you'd like to give? The floor is all yours.
Definitely shout outs to you. Shout out to Bandit for both casting. Bandit had some amazing analysis.
Oh,
after
beautiful
the first
analysis.
Game, and had a lot of words for us in the after coming out of that second game that we were I'm pretty sure we had to just adjust to that, and what he said was exactly right. Okay, and then shout out to Gillyweed. Without her, you would not be a team. This would not be all happening. And then also shout out to all of my team for doing a great job and sticking it through all 3 games. Shout out to the rest of the team that is not here and that they were also cheering us on. And just shout out to Cat Peach as well. I know that she's not feeling well, so just hope that she feels better soon.
Well, thank you so much, Kage. Thank you so much for the interview. Congratulations on your victory.